Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Jason, and this plant right here is Pelargonium graveolens. This is also known as the rose pelargonium. This originates from South Africa, and it grows to about 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. It's evergreen with rose-scented foliage. When I prune this plant back, I like to throw some of the foliage into my hot compost bin because I feel like it deters pests. But I also like to incorporate cuttings of this in bouquets of roses, so that even if the roses don't smell like roses, they do when this is in there because the leaves of this smell intensely of roses, and the leaves are really pretty. I actually like the leaves a lot. You can actually infuse them into jams and jellies and cakes and pastries for a rose taste. It's really, really awesome plant. I actually have propagated a lot of it. You can grow this from cuttings. See, it's all over here. The idea was like on a hot summer day, you'd smell roses in the air, and I think you can actually. I think you have to spray them with water, and it probably heats them up a bit more than the plant would like, but it does smell really nice. I do love to use this in flower design. I think it's a great filler. And when it blooms in late spring to midsummer, I'd say, and then sporadically throughout the year with these pink little flowers. And it can kind of get a little bit sprawly sometimes and like grow out, but it's really easy to cut back. This plant's super drought tolerant and tough. It doesn't really need much, so you can prune it back to the size and shape that you want. Use it as a nice border plant. I love this plant. It is evergreen, and it grows to about 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. And the cold hardiness, it's about down to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. I've had light frost here every year, and these plants seem to do quite well despite how cold it gets. And I'm saying like 32 degrees, so it's not that cold, but cold enough for a little freeze. As far as fertilizer, you don't really need to fertilize this plant. I would just give it a side dressing of compost in the fall. I also like to add arbuscular mycorrhizae to compost because it is a type of mycorrhizae that attaches itself to the roots of most plants and helps them in nutrient uptake, so it's definitely a win-win. I provided a link in the description below if you're interested in that. As far as the soil, this plant wants a well-draining soil. It is adaptable though, so I would recommend like loam soil. It can grow in clay soil. If you have clay soil though, you do want to amend the soil. It can grow in sandy soil. It does like well drainage, but it's a pretty tough plant. As far as the soil pH, it's very adaptable. You can do slightly acidic, but not really acidic. Somewhere in the middle is like a happy place for this plant, but once again, I said it's adaptable. It's a tough plant. And there's like a close-up of the flowers. They are just so pretty. And the bees actually love these. It's getting later in the day, so I think a lot of the bees have turned in. But pretty awesome plant. As far as cuttings, you can just root this in like a glass of water in the window. Roots will come out, and you can like share this with family and friends. I actually started all of these from one cutting, and now I've got them like they're everywhere. Uh, this is deer resistant. It is gopher resistant. If you live here in Northern California where those are issues, this is a great addition to your garden. Butterflies and bees love it. I love it. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Once again, this is Pelargonium graveolens, and this is also known as the rose pelargonium. And my name is Jason. I hope you enjoyed this video.